thanks for being here. My name is Kimmy and I am Mama on a Mission, and today I am going to do a shoe haul video for you guys, which I think is kind of fun. These shoes are from my Goodwill outlet bins, where I pay $1.29 a pound to find whatever I can in these giant blue bins of clothes, shoes, purses, belts, accessories. They all kind of go into that $1.29 per pound when you hit 50 pounds. If you do not, it's $1.59 per pound. But most of the time, I hit that 50 pounds, so I don't usually have to worry about that. And I realized I had a bunch of shoes coming in, and I thought that it would be a fun, a little bit different of a thrift haul than my normal thrift hauls, since I have all these shoes. Now, I have a pair up front here that's like kind of heavy and chunky. I did weigh these. They're 2 pounds, like for the set. So $1.29 times 2, do your math. Because you guys know sometimes I can't do the math on the spot. It's $2.58 or $2.60 per pair. We do have some lighter pairs in here, which would obviously be less, but for the sake of the discussion, most of these are $2.60 or maybe a little less. So I am going to show you what I picked up. And shoes, I've always done shoes, but I'm trying to get a little bit more into shoes. Just like most of the Goodwill outlet bins, they're extremely competitive. You know, most of the sweet items get taken, and you know, I'm elbowing people, or you know, whatever I have to do. No, I don't do that. I usually wait for everybody to clear out, because I don't like to put myself in those scenarios. But our Goodwill outlet is very competitive. There's a lot of people in there throwing things around and elbowing each other for shoes. I usually wait till it clears out a little bit and then I sneak in. So I still have some really great finds here. Let's get started and we'll just kind of discuss what I have going on, which this is going to be a fun one. For some of you, you're going to be like, what in the heck is happening here? These are No Boundaries, which is a brand by Walmart that they no longer make. And you're like, why would anybody pick up that? See, it says No Boundaries. Did you guys have a pair of these? I'm pretty sure I did. They are these chunky academia. There's a whole group of people, a whole there's a whole trend around Y2K. I'm going to put in like chunky academia. These are also like very popular with the gothic witchy crowd. I know you can't, they're like 20-year-old shoes and people want these things. Mine are in pretty good condition, but there's a few things in there, so I will definitely, and I think I can get that out. I meant to clear that out earlier, but the takeaway from this is, do not overlook Y2K No Boundaries, which is an odd thing. Like, I get it. But also this chunky style of like school, teacher shoe, kind of like a witchy vibe in some ways, because these, the sold comps are $25 plus or minus on eBay. I'm probably going to start in the $30 range on those. I know. Who would have thought? This is an older style of a Nike. I normally don't get many of the sneakers, because the people who do get in there and throw bows at each other usually get a lot of the nice sneakers before I get in there, which is okay. But I did get these. They're an older style Nike. I did do comps on them. What were they called again? The Downshifter. And I did like the black and pink. I feel like that's a pretty classic color combo for women. And they are size 11, which is good because it's a harder to find size. It's a bigger size. And they're still in pretty good shape. These are lighter. I probably paid $2. I looked at the comps and one literally just sold for $22, a pair just like this. So I'll start in the $25 to $30 range. What I will say about like Nike and stuff, you know, a lot of times in my regular thrift stores, they are super priced up, $15, $20, $20, even $25 a pair, which usually doesn't leave a whole lot of cushion for me. If you're a shoe person, by all means, you know, start to do some research on that, you know, and there's obviously a huge opportunity in shoes, especially athletic shoes. Now we are going into spring and summer, so I have been looking and picking up more like sandal type of shoes, walking, hiking, airy shoes. This brand is JBU. What way is not? It's JBU by Jambu. Memory foam. They specialize in this kind of style of shoe. This is like more of like a strappy Mary Jane almost. It has this fun like floral eyelet, you know, they're airy because they're breathable in the design. My JBU, I was looking at the soles. The soles are in great condition. JBUs, this style of shoe and this brand are a $20 to $30 sale. They are lighter weight, so that's always a plus, especially at the bins when you're playing by the pound. I do have another pair here. They also look like they're in great condition. Again, see, like it has this airy, breathable, so but they're like a shoe, right? So if you want to wear like more of an airy sandal, but you're going like hiking, camping, boating, and you want to have a shoe with a nice sole, this is what this brand kind of specializes in. JBU. Each of those are 20 to 30. They look like a great size, so that's good as well. This one still has the price tag on it. It says $6.99, but I got this from the bin, so that doesn't matter. You can see it. It says Land's End. Most of you are going to know what Land's End is. Look at the heel on these, the sole. They're in fantastic shape. Going into spring and summer, this is a fantastic find. Sometimes you'll get lucky and it'll say the style like on the inside part of the straps. I don't see this one here. It might be somewhere. I won't waste your time with trying to find it, but even with these, like if you're looking for the size, a lot of times it's in the inside, like the heel, or around the inside of the strap, like up here. So if you are worried about trying to find the size, you know, that's one thing I always make sure with my shoes, that there's a size, because guessing on size really for almost anything is a no-no for me. I don't like to have to guess. I want to give my customers like the information that is there. So very rarely, every once in a while, I will pick up something without the size on it. But Land's End sandals, this is a 25 all day for me. They might have been 2 pounds, which would have made them $2.60 for cost. I think they're a little less than that, honestly. Here's another pair of sandals. This was like a newer brand to me, and it's kind of hard to see because it is a little bit faded. It says Flexus, Flexus, Flexus. It said made in Turkey, which is one of the indicators where I was like, oh, maybe it's a little bit better of a piece if it's made in a different country. Spain, Italy, Turkey, you know, any of those. Sometimes that Mexico can be an indication of a higher price item. Just your classic strappy, almost like, you know, the ankle strap. I love when these are all adjustable. People love that, and I always click that in my boxes, in my information boxes on eBay, and I always list that in my details, because even if we're all a size 39, which I believe is a 8.5, 9, our feet might still be built a little bit different, right? Like thicker or not, you know, not as thick. So having these adjustable straps is a selling point for a lot of people. And again, this is a 20 to 25. They're not real heavy. I probably paid $1.50 for them. So what I will say that I'm trying to also be better about is following the seasons and doing, making my pickups more within season. So, I mean, granted, I'll pick up a cashmere pretty much any day of the week, but we are going into spring, summer, and fall. People are going on their trips. They're going to be planning for spring. They want to get out of the house more. They want to do walking. They want to get in the garden. So I am focusing on more of you know, quality, comfort, sandals, shoes, you know, these J-Boos. If that's what this, or is it just JBU and I'm just calling it J-Boo? I don't know. But that's what I'm focusing on and trying to hone in on. I am being a lot more cautious about like sweaters and cardigans because we're moving out of that season and I don't want to hang on to big, heavy sweaters for a million years. But I mean, you do you. Whatever works for you, whatever you want to source is you do you, honey. I'm not going to tell you what to do. I'm just sharing my journey here. If you can see, it says Allegra. And that is it a Spring Step brand? I know this is a good brand. They're not a Dansko, but they have a very similar look and feel to Dansko's, which is a higher end or a more popular kind of like a clog shoe. These are also popular like in the medical industry. I know a lot of nurses wear Danskos because of their comfort. Kind of a fun print. These are heavier. I would say I probably paid $2.60. Look at the little butterfly. I think that's really cute. Was there a size on these? I mean, I know there's a size. Oh, it's a Kelly leather upper. So I will put in, like, those are the types of things I will put in my title or my description. It's a Kelly. It's a size 41, which is a great size. 41, you're talking probably like a 10 or 11 even. So that's an excellent size, as it's a bigger and hard to find size. It also says at the bottom, slip resistant. You guys always check your soles. If there's a big hole in it, you don't want that. Believe me, I've had a lot of mistakes in my lifetime. I probably still will. But check the soles, check the sides, make sure nothing's cracking off. You know, that is another $25. A lot of these shoes are like right around $25. So I'm taking $2.60 around there per shoe and flipping it to $25 plus shipping. And so for me, after even fees on eBay or Poshmark, on average, a $25 item will have about $5 in fees, right? So now you're down to $20. You take off your $2.60, you're down to about $17 in profit per pair of shoes on average for most of these so far. And I think that's pretty good. Now these were lightweight, and what tipped me off was it says made in Italy. Made in Italy. And these actually had great comps. Joie and Vero Curio is, I don't know if it's Spanish for leather or a different language for leather. All I know is it stands for leather. And I'm sorry, I don't know. Maybe it's Italian for leather, because these are made in Italy. That's what kind of tipped me off. Super cute, strappy sandal, lightweight. This doesn't even weigh a pound. So I paid maybe $1 for these shoes. And the comps were also in the $25 range just for these little sandals. So that's another fantastic pickup for me going into summer. Lightweight, easy to ship, easy to store. They're size 37, which is smaller. However, I'd say that's like a 6 or a 7. But again, though, when you guys go into regular Goodwills or other thrift stores, a lot of times the shoes are pricey. So obviously that is the benefit to going to an outlet or a pay by pound place. There's lots of pay by pound places, actually. There's a Salvation Army one, I think, in Chicago, which I've never been to. So there are other places that do pay by pound. You're getting a better price for it. $2.60 per pair of shoes is pretty good to me. What do you guys think? This is a good solid brand too. I have a pair listed right now for $25. I just listed them 2-3 weeks ago maybe. If you can see, does it say better on the, it's FitFlop. FitFlop. There it is. They don't look like anything special, but the brand itself has a following. Look, you can see that big logo, FitFlop. You know, again, these maybe cost $1.29. FitFlop is a great, they do like mostly a lot of sandals, although I have sold also like a pair of moccasin clogs from them. Those will be another $20 sale for me, and those are pretty lightweight, so I would guess they cost $1. You guys, look at this. Look at these, like the shine on these. I almost wish they were red, because then it would really be a Wizard of Oz type of thing. Did the Good Witch wear silver shiny shoes? I could not leave these behind. Like, how did they make these so glittery? They are vintage. I'm guessing like maybe a vintage dancer of some sort wore these. I am guessing they're definitely from the 90s. They didn't get a lot of action, though. I can tell you by the soles. They're in really good shape, but guys, look at this. It's like a disco ball in here. I can't even with the shine. Sometimes my heartstrings pull on me. It says the Dove 9 wide, actually, which is a great size. My heartstrings pull on me a little bit because I like saving things from the landfill. I was just talking to someone today, actually a helper, Sam. She's great. She comes and helps me once a week, sometimes once like every other week, just like kind of organizing, bagging my items. She's just a neighbor from in town, but I was just like, we were just talking about, I don't know, 9W Dove. Anyways, I'm like a squirrel. This shininess is throwing me off. What were we just talking about? Oh my gosh. Well, we were talking about the Wizard of Oz, and she even said, before I even said the Wizard of Oz, she said, "Oh, Wizard of Oz," and I wasn't sure if the Good Witch, one of the fairies, somebody wears this kind of shiny shoe. But we were also just talking about how that mom brain, it just, how there's a lot of waste in America, and how a lot of things end up in the landfills, and that makes me super sad, because people are, I don't think they're aware of how much we waste, how much goes to other countries, and then it kind of becomes their problem. And so sometimes the heartstrings, they just pull on me, and I just want to save things from getting into a trash can. And I just thought these had some lovely details. They're really bright. I did find a couple sold, and they were like in the 20 to 25. I'm gonna really have to keyword this up. It would be fun. Does it say something? Are those words? No, they're just swirls. Because obviously this is a very glam piece. Maybe I'll put glam, elegant, fancy, maybe dancer, Broadway, some kind of play, something where they need really, really bold, shiny piece. I do think since they're silver that they will do pretty well as far as in that category. Those are going to probably sit, but I guess you'll have to wait and see. You guys have mom, dad brain, parent brain, not parent brain. Sometimes I swear I get distracted and my brain just anyways, here's another cool pair of shoes. I have been doing okay with these like loafer men's dress shoes, businessman, executive, preppy, kind of those keywords. It said made in Brazil. The brand wasn't really honestly a lot to write home about. I think it's a vintage brand, but again, here on the bottom it says genuine leather. See that little tag there? Genuine leather. So I'll put all those driving shoes, loafers, business, executive, preppy. These again were like a 20 to 25. I can't see where the price, where the size is, but they're also genuine leather and in good shape. This is another pair. So this is a vintage brand. They actually still make shoes. Mezlane, Mezlan. This is a vintage pair of those shoes, and I do believe these, they're for sure leather, but I feel like they are like an animal, well, I feel like maybe they're almost crocodile. Look. And I did some comps, and the crocodile ones, see that like skin looked like that. I looked a little bit earlier to see if I could see where it would say crocodile or alligator on it, and I didn't see anything. But the quality in these shoes are really nice. If you look up Meslane loafer, driving shoe, dress shoe, you'll see that the prices are very high. Just make sure they're in good condition. If these are alligator, they're going to be one of my higher price shoes. They're going to go for 40, 50, 60. If I can't be able to verify that to where I feel confident that that's what that really is, then these are going to be a 25 to 35. They're actually in really good condition though. They're a really nice dress shoe. I've got a stack going here. Couple left. I'll save that best one for last. These, I did not notice like a pink spot on them, but these are Vionics. Vionic. I would say that this brand did better maybe 2 years ago. It does seem that the brand itself is slowing down and the prices are coming down. As I've talked to you guys before, that's kind of supply and demand. When a brand gets really popular and everybody wants it, a lot of times us resellers figure that out somehow. And so we go and we look for those shoes and we find those shoes, and then we flood the market, and supply and demand, then usually the prices go down. Of course, there's always exceptions to that. Certain styles, people really still want certain styles. However, these Vionics, still a great pickup for $2, $2.50. The comps were in the $25 range. So like I said, most of these shoes I'm taking $2 into $25. Vionic is still something I would definitely look out for. Now this was my awesome find. Well, I was really excited about it. You guys know? It's Birkenstock. I don't know why anybody left these behind. They're in actually pretty good shape, especially for Birkenstocks. Now y'all are like, oh gosh, there's something funky on the toe there. And here's my little story about that, is sometimes people actually like Birkenstocks already broken in more than they like new ones. Now I've actually talked to a podiatrist before about Birkenstocks, and they do say that they're one of the higher quality and better foot style sandal because they do break in to conform to your foot. So a lot of people don't like brand new ones because they're very stiff, and that's because nobody has worn them yet. So it's a great size 41, which is like a 10, 11. I forgot the style of this, but it has a big buckle on it, which gave it a little bit more value. These are going to sell for between $40 and $50, specifically because I think it's called the Madrid style with the big buckle. Now, I would have picked this up no matter what at the bins because this cost me $2. And Birkenstocks in this condition are a very solid pickup. It even says Birk at the bottom. Look at how good these soles are. They're just in really good shape. But learning more about the Birkenstocks, I was studying some of the styles, and this Madrid style with the big buckle, it's a more sought after pair. So whereas some of the Birkenstocks are now a 25 to 35, this one should get me a little extra boost, and the size is actually good at 41. So I'll probably list these maybe around 49, which sounds like a lot, but if you know, Birkenstock sandals are like $150 shoes, $129 sandals for sandals. And for good reason, they're very high quality, but you know, I know sometimes it's alarming. You're like, what? Who would pay $40 for used sandals? A lot of people, because it's better than $129. And if they prefer them to be lightly broken in like this, then that's another selling point. So I actually haven't found Birkenstock in a while. Usually the shoe people on my bins would have taken this up, so I'm not sure if somebody threw it back or I got lucky. Sometimes my best finds at the bins has been like going through a bin someone else already went through, and maybe they threw back things they decided not to like have. I have another haul coming, and I found 2 really great items in a bin where people were throwing things back, and I was like, I'm just gonna go look through that. And maybe if it's just for them, or maybe it's not the type of items they like to sell, so they just throw it back. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is a killer item. Like one of them is like a $50, $60 item, and I only got it because somebody else threw it back. So if you are a bins person, you know, maybe pay attention to that. The bins is cutthroat. Like I said, I actually plan on going tomorrow, and I'm hoping to not get beat up. Just kidding. You know what's funny though is I watch some of these other resellers, and they're in big towns like Northern California. I watch her all the time. What's her name? I forgot. Oh shoot. She's wonderful. She loves boho. She's got red hair. Pretty little thing. If anybody knows who I'm talking about, chime in, or I'll comment below, because I watch her all the time. Anyways, she's in California, and she does videos of her bins, and it's like nobody's even there. Like, how are you in California and like nobody's at the bins? I'm in Wisconsin, and ours, I should do a Goodwill bins, like, you know, kind of a panorama of my bins when I go there, because it's mass chaos. There are people everywhere, especially with the new bins. We're talking about like the Goodwill people are yelling and screaming, get behind the line! Don't shop until I tell you to! Like, it's intense. Like, some people who've never been there and go there, they're like looking around. I have people come up to me all the time. I must look approachable, because they're like, is this what it's always like? And I'm like, yes, this is what it's like. Like, actually, last time I was there, there's a really nice gentleman, and he was like, so is that like the new bins? Is that why everybody runs to the new bins? And I said, yes, that's what's happening. He's like, is that how crazy it always is? Yes. He's like, I don't know if I can go over there. And I don't know, he was probably in his 40s somewhere. He's like, that seems overwhelming. I'm like, it is overwhelming. Some people love it, and they do really well with it, and hey, kudos to you. I almost never do the new rounds like immediately. I'll wait till the like half the people clear out, which only is like 2 minutes, okay, at my Goodwill bins, because the t-shirt bros and like about half of the people leave within 2-3 minutes, and then I'll sneak in there. So it's not like I'm waiting forever. I'm like the last one. I don't get the t-shirts, and I don't get all, you know, a lot of the super high stuff that they're looking for, but I find plenty of good stuff all the time, and I don't have to fight anyone for it, and that gives me peace, because I am just not that person. And you know, it's good to be aware. I'm not someone who could tolerate that, and if someone elbows me in the nose, I don't know, I don't want to be in that position. So anyways, those are all my shoes. $1.29 per pound. Most of these are going to be $25 sales, and thank you to the bins for having them at that price, because a lot of times on other shoes that I buy from other places, they're too high priced for me to even really think about. A lot of my places that I go, shoes are at least $10 a pair, right? And of course, there's you can find things to flip, but it's just easier at this price point. So that is my shoe haul. You guys check in, let me know what you think, how your sales are going. If you have any questions, please always feel free to ask questions. I'm happy to answer them to the best of my ability. We have quite a few new resellers on here. Someone said, hey, today they're from Washington. Someone's new from Colorado. Awesome. If there's any way I can help, you know, you guys let me know, and I will do my best to help. But I look forward to hearing how your reselling journey is going. And I'm going to have more coming. I'm going to tell you about that banger. I'm going to do a short video about the drama of the banger. I don't even like that word. I don't know why. I don't know if I can keep saying that word. Just the drama of that auction, which was really fun and turned out awesome. But it was like, it's all like a whole thing. I'm going to tell you guys about, I have some great sales coming up. In a video, people are talking about that resellers are quitting because of low sales. So I was going to talk about that too. Lots coming. Thanks for being here. Give me a thumbs up if you would. I really appreciate you. If you made it all the way to the end, you deserve some ice cream tonight with dinner, because I appreciate you so much. It really means a lot to me. And I'll be back soon with something else. Bye guys. Have a great day.